So glad to be here. Hi, everyone, in bodies and not. I adore speaking about entities, with entities, and I simply love the change that is possible with the tools of access consciousness and talk to the entities. I've been a certified facilitator of talk to the entities since 2 years ago. So this is my third year as a facilitator. And well, I was waiting for a long time to be one, to be like, what is required to be a certified facilitator, talk to the entities? And every year I was looking, when I was about to choose it, oh, you don't have to be afraid of ghosts. And I was like, I'm still afraid of ghosts, so maybe it's not the year. And my journey with the entities has been a long one. And it's so beautiful to see how, by embracing and receiving these tools, my whole world changed. My confidence in myself changed, and the potency I be changed thanks to these tools. Actually, I don't know where would I be without these tools, because when I received them in the book, in the form of the book, I was pretty desperate of my perception of entities. Nobody told me I was perceiving entities. I thought I was going crazy, literally crazy. So, and if someone would have told me like, oh, you're aware of entities, I would have been so scared, I would have run away. So I pretty much have been afraid of ghosts since I knew they existed, because my surroundings were very religious, and it was bad to talk to ghosts, and you couldn't handle ghosts, so why bother, just shut it down. And so I was afraid of ghosts for basically my whole life until these tools came across my life. And I'm so glad they did. Well, I've asked for them unconsciously, but I did. And since the very start, with these tools, even the basic ones, the clearing the entities, for me it was like, what should I do with my perception of entities? What should I do with these ghosts? Oh, and then talk to the entities came like, oh, you could just start by clearing them. And I was like, what does it mean? And I used the basic questions like, who are you, who are you before that, who are you before that, and who will you be in the future? And literally there was space. For the first time in my life since I could remember, there was space. And I could actually acknowledge me without all the noise, without all the voices, without all the craziness that I started into myself, like judging myself for like being crazy. Just by using these questions, everything dissipated. The space was clear, and I was like, wow, only 3 questions? Like I suffered so much, and I handled it with just 3 questions. And yeah, guys, these tools are freaking amazing. To actually, at first you may be afraid of ghosts, as I was, so it will help you get out of the fear. But also what started to be available after a while is, as soon as you get out of the fear, actually, you trust your knowing, you trust your being, and you know how freaking potent you are, then a whole other infinite possibilities open up for you, and actually to create magic in your life. If you include entities, actually you have more to your fingertips than ever before, because you don't resist and react to anything. You don't avoid anything. You can be with everything. And I adore the fact that what actually talk to entities says, and also access, like, includes everything and judges nothing. A lot of people are afraid of ghosts but are interested in consciousness. But actually what I normally say is like, what we can see, and we're like, yeah, energy is just 5% of what it really is if you don't receive also entities in your awareness. So by actually accessing your awareness and actually be with also the entities that exist, you have more to you, more to your receiving and possibilities than ever before. So what if in the consciousness of including everything and judging nothing, you could also include entities and yourself? If you cut pieces and put up barriers, you actually exclude yourself as well. So, wow, what if receiving also the awarenesses you have beyond your logical mind could actually be the biggest gift you could give to yourself? um, to me, it has changed the world. I was shrinking myself more and more in order to avoid my awareness of entities because I didn't know how it would show up. I was so scared, as I said. And so my coping mechanism was shrinking myself more and more and more and basically be afraid of everything. While these tools have empowered me so much, not only to have, not only to engage with entities, but also how I engage with people. And this for me has totally shifted my relationships as well, because I am more confident and I can handle relationships better than I could ever do, better that I could ever done before that, before having these tools. So, wow. So I wonder, what magic could you have access to thanks to saying yes to entities, actually saying yes to the awarenesses you have? Because if you fake that you don't have awareness, it doesn't help you in the long run. And what if you could have actually the tools and the confidence to say yes to everything and to receive everything and reject anything? So, what if you could embrace all the awarenesses you have, all the beings that they are? How much richer would you become? In these years of, in the journey of talk to the entities, and also by becoming a certified facilitator, I have had so many beautiful experiences, so many gifts I received, so much magic I experienced and lived. Basically, every day is, it becomes a very constant perception of that we live in a magical world, and entities are part of this magical world, because what is magic after all? Something that is unseen, is invisible, and our logic cannot get it. So basically, if you don't use your mind in relationship with entities, you will receive much more than if you would use your mind. So my invitation to you guys is really use the basic tools of talk to the entities, dive into them, clear your space, and actually be aware of what you're aware of. One of the tools that helped me a lot dealing with entities, because at first I didn't know, like I couldn't get when I was having entities around, unless I was suffering. So so I used that signal to put me to work. So after I like, okay, I don't want to suffer anymore. What else is possible? And actually, since I started to use this question, a lot of things in my life have eased up. For example, the question is it, am I aware of entities or it's something else? Is it a system of entities or something else? Or am I aware of entities or something else? So most of the times I was like wonky and kind of stressed, or like my energy went low at the sudden. It was this question actually really like could make me breathe again normally, or like my energy shifted right away, just because it was like, yeah, it was an entity, and it maybe it required something. So each and every situation is different, but the thing is about perceiving entities. As soon as you are aware of that you're perceiving entities, the signal, the sufferance, the pain goes away. So I wonder how many of you are still living with all these pains or mood swings or paranoia or anxiety or panic attacks, depression, that or mood swings that could easily be handled by a simple question. Am I aware of entities or something else? I know the awareness changes, and actually you're like, oh, okay, I'm aware of an entity here. Like, what else is required? And you could, if you don't have any other tools, you can easily use the clearing of entities. It works wonder, just because the majority of entities just require to be facilitated or cleared up. Okay, so by you putting yourself to work will help you clear up a lot of things and shift energies or pains or sufferings in a blink of an eye. So what actually can you access by being aware of entities? During these years, my entities have contributed to me financial wise. Money show up as if by magic, just by asking, and or also health wise. Last year in Bolzano, I was in holidays and I have been coughing for like 3 weeks, literally, very heavily, and nothing worked until I got to Bolzano and I started trembling and shaking out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I asked myself questions and I realized it was spirits of the earth that wanted to contribute to my body. The same happened to my boyfriend that was shaking, like we were shaking together. It was so crazy. And after we were aware that there were spirits of the earth that wanted to contribute to us, we allowed ourselves to receive, and my cough disappeared. So how many gifts can you receive by engaging with entities and receiving from entities and actually receiving from you? The more you actually, I always say, like, you can use talk to entities as an alibi or like an excuse for you to get more confident, more potent, more aware, and also more rich and more happy. Like, these tools strengthen your power as nothing else, your confidence as nothing else. So you can use entities as an excuse to strengthen this muscle and also access all the magic that there is by including all the entities. And I adore each and every class of Talk to the Entities, even the beginning one. The beginning one is everything, basically. It introduces you to the magical world that exists. And also all the classes with Shannon. Actually, what I get from all classes with Shannon is really a glimpse, and also more than a glimpse, of the fact that we actually live in a magical world, much wider, more richer than we could ever imagine. So to me, like, not embracing entities would have been very I would be very in pain, because it was a necessity for me. If for you it's just something that you could just add to your life, well, it will make your life richer. And you can also choose specialties, like if you have a topic that intrigues you and it's something like, oh, I'd like to have that in my life as additional tools to create my life as more magical. There are different specialties, from creating with entities that I adore. It's actually shifted the way I create things because I allow entities to contribute to me. That's why I chose to facilitate this specialty as well. And also, like, money with entities or mental illness, like mental problems and entities. There are a lot of topics that are specific. If you are looking for something specific, the specialty topics classes would contribute to you. So Well, I wonder what can you receive by engaging with entities, with the spirit world. How much richer your life could be and become. How much ease your life could become. How much more filled with magic your life could become by engaging and yeah, being aware of the fact that you are also always surrounded by beings that want to contribute to you, that want to be collaborate with you, cooperate with you into creating something greater. So what if you could have also other partners, not physical but also energetical, that could contribute to you into making this world even a greater and beautiful place. So this is my invitation for you guys to open your eyes really to what else is possible beyond what we can see or sense through our basic senses, and also what can we tap into and access by being aware, by perceiving, knowing, being, and receiving, which is basically what entities work like and be like. So yeah, what can you receive from these tools, from this body work of tools, and what magic awaits for you if you actually be aware of it, not hide yourself anymore or hide behind something, your walls of limitation. How much more um, potent, magic, and wonderful your life could become if you would engage with entities. Thank you for being here. I was so excited to be here and have this chat with you guys today. Thank you, Talk to the Entities. Thank you, Shannon O'Hara, for bringing these tools into the world. Thank you, entities, for actually pushing my buttons to tap into more of me. And see you very soon. Oh, for those who don't know, yeah, I'm from Italy. That's why my English is not perfect, but it's working. I mean, it for this purpose, it works. See you guys. Thank you again, and bye bye.